Just want to start by saying happy birthday to my daughter, Alexa. Okay, she turned 20 today. Happy birthday, Lex. This one's for you. Got a W for you on your birthday. Here we go. All right, open up for questions.
I know, obviously through most of the year we've talked about the big three with Devin, Kevin, but is there like a middle three developing now with Jusuf, Grayson, and Royce? They just seemed awfully big for you all.
No doubt. And Eric Gordon. We didn't have Eric tonight, but he's been a big part of it. But those three guys were the stars of the game tonight. Book and KD did what they had to do. They both hit closer-type shots in the fourth quarter, to help us secure the victory. But, Grayson and Royce with 6 threes each, and Nurk with 22-7, 22-7 and 18 points. A hell of a night. And guarding Anthony Davis all night. That's just a big-time performance by Nurk.
You guys are now 16-2, I believe, when you get 30 or more assists on the year. This is kind of like the ball movements, kind of the blueprint that you want to see from the group.
No doubt. We get over 30 assists. We know the ball's moving, and we're making shots, right? The assist total is, sometimes we move the basketball and don't shoot the ball as well as we did tonight. But, when you trust each other, okay, and you're making an extra pass, you're playing extra pass basketball, those are the great possessions. And those are possessions that honestly energize your defense. You know what I mean? If it's too much one-on-one, then, guys are not as involved and not as juiced up on the other end. But when we're sharing a basketball like that, it definitely energizes our D.
To that point, whenever, Jusuf gets the ball in the short roll, what can you kind of say about his, evolution? Or he's always been that kind of guy, but just the way he's able to pass out of those.
Oh, yeah. It's perfect for, for this big three, where we see a lot of double teams for Brad, KD, and Book. And, him making plays in there. He's finishing at the rim really well as well, not just making extra passes, but good decisions. I think when you look at the hands and the passing and all those positive attributes that he has, I just think the IQ is the most important thing. His ability to read defense and make high IQ plays out of the pocket, is really helping us.
What's it like coaching a guy like Bol? I know he's popular for the crowd, but is he a bit of an acquired taste for a coach? Or
no, I love Bol. He's not an acquired taste. I love work. He's a sweetheart of a kid. You know what I mean? He comes in, does his work. He was in the gym every day over All-Star break, works extremely hard, does whatever the team needs, and has a high care factor.
It seems like him and practices that we've seen him and Coach Fizz are kind of working together a lot. What kind of work are him and Coach Fizz putting together, and you and the coaching staff?
Yeah, Fizz, we all love him, but Fizz has an affinity for him, and he just tries to teach him the game. You know what I mean? It's not it's not his guy, so to speak. But Fizz just likes to grab him after practice and just teach him the game.
Coach, looking at Grayson, and he hadn't got as many 3 looks the last couple of games. Was it more conscious effort tonight to get him those, or is that just the way the game played out?
Both. We want him to be aggressive. We had a game 2 games ago where he only had 2 attempts in 36 minutes, and we called that out as we have to be better. Coach has got to get him more shots. The ball movement's got to be better, and we got to make the extra pass more. Which we didn't do in Texas in those 2 games well enough. And better, I think, in Houston than the Dallas game, but. And also Grayson's got to look for it. He even passed up a couple. I thought he could have taken 15 threes, but I asked him for 30 points tonight because Brad was out, Eric was out. He got me 24, but I'll take the 24 because that was big time. He made 6 threes.
Coach, how did you see the finishing possessions aspect of the fourth quarter really come together? There's a lot of multiple effort sequences in there.
Oh, yeah. We were flying around. Flying around and putting bodies in front of drivers at the rim. These guys had the second league in points in the paint, I think, where they had 52 for the game, and he shot the ball well from 3. So the Lakers played really well offensively, but we did enough. We were, like I said, we flied around. We tried to put a wall in front of the rim, and look, top of the scouting report was absorb contact, show your hands. We got to earn no calls. The team gets to the line a lot, and our guys did a great job of verticality without fouling.
Is that something that's been more of a point of emphasis recently, or just all season with the absorbing?
Well, we're good at it. I think we're 6th or so in fewest fouls per game. So we generally do a good job with that. It's something our coaching staff really emphasizes. But especially in this matchup where LA gets to the line a ton, you got to earn it.
How about the 45-point first quarter?
Big time. Guys came ready to play. Shot ready, aggressive, and but again, like we put up 45, but our defense was exceptional in the first. and that's what got us out on the break, right? And we're doing it without fouling. Okay, when you foul, the other team goes to the line, they set their defense, and the offense isn't as fluid. But when you fly around and get stops without fouling, then you can get out on that break.
You have like 23 games to go in the season, I think. Do you look at it now as a goal to stay out of the play-in games and just get
Win as many games. No, just win as many games as you can and get the highest seed that you can get.
With the way Bowles been playing, how do you feel about your rotation? I know it's been tough because Beal's out and Gordon's out, and you're not having the full complement of guys, but do you feel like you're getting closer to that clarity?
Yeah, if we're full strength, but we haven't had that yet. But Bowles, proven to be a hell of a player for us, and expect him to be in the rotation most nights, playing minutes like he did tonight. There's certain matchups that are not great with him, that we'll continue to measure on a game-to-game basis, but really gave us a big lift tonight.
How do you like that supersized lineup with him and Nurkić and KD on the floor together?
Love it. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the numbers are. They've been pretty good. But it's still small doses, small volume to really evaluate it. But I do like the size again, as long as we have matchups, that it fits. If the team's too small and too fast, then that could be a problem.
The Phoenix Suns led by more than 20 points in this game, and the Lakers actually came in and tried to scratch and claw their way into 5 points going to the fourth quarter. What was the adjustment going into that fourth quarter? Because it seemed like there was no let up for the Phoenix Suns, and quite frankly, it seemed like it was a really good stop for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I mean, we just we locked in on the fourth quarter. We had some coverages that were, that they were beating us on. There were certain actions that they were beating us on, so we made some adjustments to those coverages, to get them under control. And we know that we have to play with pace offensively in the fourth quarter and keep our turnovers low. And I don't know exactly how many turnovers we had in the fourth, but it wasn't many. And we had a strong fourth.
Obviously, the 6 threes, I thought there were 3 that you hit were huge, late in the third. And the 2 in the fourth. Was a more conscious effort to get you looks, considering the last couple games you didn't get as many looks from 3?
A little bit. Coach was preaching to us that we needed to shoot more threes. That was a big emphasis pregame. And then a little bit in the spots. Like we ran a lot of action up top with me and Kev when Book was out. And I felt like just the positioning that I was in up there, being one pass away from the guy who's creating the plays, usually that helped to get a few more up.
Curious, just what's that feeling like for you to be in those moments and to be able to deliver when they particularly that one, like shot clock's expiring and you're able to hit it? How big is that for you to be able to be in those moments and deliver like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel very comfortable in those moments. I feel like I've been in them for 10 years now, even though I've only been in the league for 6, so feels like just another shot to me.
Bowles been putting together some really good basketball over the last few weeks. I know you guys have seen a lot more of him behind the scenes than we have. What's it like to see the hard work that he's put in start to kind of pay off in this way?
Yeah, he's been great. It was awesome kind of looking back to earlier in the season when he wasn't getting as much of a chance, him to stay ready and keep working, and now he's taken full advantage of it. He's playing great basketball. He's really helping us out a lot on the boards, offensively, being another weapon that can score in the paint and kind of attack on slashes and drives. And he's knocking down threes, so he does a little bit of everything out there. He's really helping.
It feels like he's kind of just come in and fit in seamlessly. What
Yeah.
have you liked about him so far?
I mean, he's a super easy guy to play with. He's one of those guys you can plug right in, and he helps the team. He's been great defensively for us. We've asked him to guard a bunch of different matchups, 1 through 5, and he's been good and helping us out on the boards. Even if it's not him getting rebounds, he's really physical with blocking guys out, and he's not afraid to take shots and make them. And that was big tonight, and then big when he hit into the game there to kind of seal the game, put him away.
Grayson, this is a tough team to drive on with AD down there, but how consistently are you keeping that approach the same by just like at least getting it in there to kickstart things for the offense?
Yeah, they're tough because he protects the rim, and he's one of the handful of bigs in the league that can stay all the way back, like doesn't have to step up, and he can protect the rim and kind of guard the dump off, forces it into a tough angle. So, but you have to keep attacking the paint and trying to make the read, either the dump off if it's there or, kicking it out opposite. just so that we're not becoming stagnant around the perimeter. And with him in there, you got to at least get those paint touches.
You've obviously had a lot of experience playing with superstars, like even before you came here. What's the balance between, obviously, the Bucks, the Suns, that need your three-point shooting, but you also want to make sure, Book or KD's getting the ball some too. How do you balance those two things when you're out there?
Well, it's a little bit of a feel, but a lot of it is like I understand our team goes where those guys go. They're going to lead us on both ends of the floor. So offensively, with whatever shot making I'm doing, it has to be like helping out our offense as a whole and kind of being in the positions I can to help them succeed offensively. Whether, a lot of times we go to the KD post-ups, I try to get one pass away to be in a position to shoot, because those are the shots that we need whoever's in that position to shoot and knock down. There's other times where you have to be aggressive in transition, and it's not always to go score. It's to draw defenders and push the pace of our offense and make a play. And maybe it's kicking it to the next guy. Maybe KD gets an opportunity to attack a closeout, which he doesn't get much of. And it makes the game a little bit easier for those guys. So it's a feel, and it gets better as the year goes on, especially since I've played with a lot of talented players, and all of them have been pretty different with how they score the ball, how they attack offensively. But the positions that I am, like sometimes it's like a lot of people say, like if you're shooting 40% from three, it's good. But there's a lot of shots where when you're out there, you're like, you have to make that one. And when you're one pass away from them, when it's that nice one in transition where the guy draws two, it's like, okay, these are the ones you have to make. And I just try to have that mentality of being in that position to be the guy receiving those shots.
Grayson, can you talk about Nurkic's all-around game, just in general? 22 rebounds, and he also had 7 assists, and guarding Anthony Davis at that. So can you talk about his all-around game?
Yeah, he did great guarding AD one-on-one on the block, especially in the first half. AD's another guy who's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league and a tough cover, and Nurk coming up with that many defensive rebounds is huge for us. Also, offensively, 7 offensive rebounds is big, and Nurk's really good for our offense when he's at the top as a passer, and we got Kev going backdoor or kind of playing the two-man game with Book, and then once we get into our action, he's rolling. So he's a guy we trust up there to make decisions, and he did a great job finishing at the rim today too.
Grayson, to have all 5 starters fall somewhere between 18 and 24 points and 32 assists, does that kind of match up with what it felt like out there as far as a group effort?
Yeah, it did. It felt like the ball was moving around. We had a lot of different guys making shots. We were just playing good basketball. The ball was finding the open guy, and they were knocking it down. Roy stepped up big with those 6 threes. Like we said, with Nurk finishing, and he had some timely finishes at the rim, like those ones that you needed late in the shot clock, dump-offs and offensive rebounds. So great offensive game in terms of moving the ball around.
When you think of this game, Grayson Allen getting clutch threes, how big was he tonight?
Huge. Both him and Royce, what they say, 6 threes. That's Grayson has a hell of a year shooting, as a sniper for real. But just big. He does pretty much every game. I feel like the making shots, making teams pay for the mistakes, leaving them open.
How big was it to get a win, considering not only the last 2 games, but the way it's gone against the Lakers so far this season?
Every time we step on the floor home, we want to protect the home. Obviously, didn't play last game, so felt like the whole group was pissed. They lost to, even kind of schedule, messed up. Back-to-back before All-Star, back-to-back after All-Star, so looking like like a video game, coming back and play early game. So it's kind of good and bad in certain ways. They have an early game, so you can go back on the floor again and play basketball. But we love, playing against Lakers or anybody, who are going to be in playoffs. And for us, it's just perfect for the rest of the way. We have the toughest schedule, so I love it. All the games are going to be like a playoff type of games, and everybody ready for it.
What was, maybe for you, not only coming back from the injury, what did you feel like you did to get yourself going today that kind of impact you had on the game today?
Didn't play a lot of 4 quarters these couple of weeks. So I want to couldn't get a cold, with my ankle. So I said, Frank, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm not gonna give you a reason to sub me out. So, but I give him credit. He trusted me, even in some sloppy turnovers. And you don't want to turn over, but my intention was good. So, but didn't cost us a win, which is great.
How's the ankle feeling?
I had a couple of days off. We'll see, but that's kind of you running out up and down, and it's just something. It's a common injury in sports, so I got to deal with that. But I'm glad I'll be able to play. So.
What was working for you on the glass tonight? You almost had your career high in rebounds.
Career high?
Almost.
What I got career high?
Yeah, it's 22, your career high is 23.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, I don't know. So sorry. Yeah, I mean, just try to be aggressive as possible. Beal is out, so knowing that, just trying to be out there aggressive and took a chance when I have a chance. Kind of play a little better role than I used to. And coaches, and they kind of give me thumbs up, so I was happy with that.
Nurk, what was it like to go up against AD? You had a couple plays where you kind of pushed him under the basket early. What was that matchup like for you?
I mean, I feel that way against anyone, but AD is a hell of a player, man. Just have a great season, be able to be healthy for a whole season pretty much. All NBA type of player, so it's always great to play against him and greats. Nothing, against him, but I feel like I'm just, that big that I can, post up anybody, but depends what team need, and that's what I'm trying to do.
What have you thought of Bobo's big two games in a row?
I love it, man. Everybody loves Bobo. We love him too. So I think the best part about him is just to make everybody excited. I feel like no one in the league does that as far as getting crowd involved. So I think that's a special boost for us, is getting crowd involved more in the games. And Bobo does that. Whatever he does, running up and down, I feel like everybody was so happy, so hyped. But he's just so long, length. He just, as soon as you get that hand out, it's over. So I mean, just happy for him to have a chance, working hard and waiting for his minutes.
What is it like playing next to him when he's at the 4? What does that kind of open up for you guys?
I told you he's not the 5, but he's good, man. He just didn't give you extra security in a low man spot, contesting threes, and he's such a unique player in certain ways. You just got to learn how to play basketball in winning situations and good teams. Right now, as we are, you have no room to mistakes, and I think he obviously more comfortable right now, but he's getting better each game.
What's it like for you? It's fun to watch, but to play out there with Durant and LeBron at their age, playing at the level they still play at.
Yeah, don't take that for greatness. I mean, Grant, just so amazing players, man, and you can arguably, one of the best ever, both of them. Playing at that age, at that high level that they play, it's just fun to watch them go against, and LeBron making those threes, and just, that stigma that LeBron can't shoot is kind of funny. but it's just, one of the all-time greats, and I'm happy that I'm part of this league and see them and play against them, compete. But nothing like respect both sides, but it's just amazing to watch them.
Royce got his first start today. He had a big game, and it seems like all the new additions are starting to come together. What have you thought of just your team, its current state of it now after the trade deadline?
I mean, just Royce is so experienced as far as playing with Durant and playing with the teams, and not afraid to shoot the ball. I feel like he shot well tonight, but even in past games he was shooting those open shots, and I think that's the main reason we brought him here. When they swing that ball, that he is not in a way hesitant. But I think he's great defensively. Give us a extra available body to switch and guard multiple positions. So love the addition, and hopefully we can just build on this.